Um, we man, you just gotta know how to strategize a lot of things.
Shit, strategy is the key. Without strategy, there will be no me. Everything I do is by design, and I really plan out everything I really want to invest into.
Right.
Most people think just in trading or investing just is just a impulse, but it's
Yeah.
really logical. It's a thought pattern. It's a process.
Yeah. Facts. It's definitely strategic, and it's definitely something that's like something that's not learned overnight. You really gotta get into, how can I say it? You gotta really get into depth of what you're trying to invest in or what you're trying to trade in. So you just gotta be smart behind a lot of things.
Starting to preach to people, they got to form their own strategy. Don't take mine,
Right.
an example, but if you utilize mine and if it don't work for you, you can't just blame my example.
Right.
Most people want to play the blame game, and that's just a really bad mindset to have.
Yeah, if
'Cause,
you play the blame game, like you didn't do your own due diligence as an investor, as a trader. Like say if you just straight copied off somebody's strategy and it stopped working for you, that's because you didn't, as an individual, didn't do your due diligence as an individual to, you know, go off what you're comfortable with. See, the person you probably learned off with has a different comfort level
right,
than yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's all about you have to do your due diligence. Like a person can teach you like the most sharpest edge strategy ever,
hmm
and if you don't take your due diligence as an individual to actually learn it and master it, and then actually put action to it, you kind of lose in the end run. Like you have this information, but like you don't know how to utilize it. So that's where the whole blame game comes in, that because most people see it as I just want to make whatever quick, and then actually don't like put the work behind it. It's work behind that strategy that person taught you. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta put the work behind in anything you do, but like just gotta put the work behind. Like if somebody tell you something, you should want to do your own research on it. You know what I'm saying? You should want to figure
right.
out if, even if the strategy is like pinpoint on, you still want to, you know, figure it out yourself, and you want to find your comfort levels in it. And that's how that works.
It's like that Kobe saying like booze. You can boo all day, but it don't stop a dunk.
Right. That's a fact. Hey, that's a fact. I like that one.
Most people that just want to find something to boo about, I tell them like just sit back on the sideline, just build up your capital. Stack for a year, stack for like 2 years, then hit the market because like coming from the bottom end of the market with like no money, most people have the dumbest logic. They don't know how
Yeah.
to like actually build wealth from the ground up. But if you
Right.
give them time, like just stack some paper for a whole year, they can come in the market with a little confidence,
Right.
and that confidence they get you momentum. They keep
Hmm.
you level headed because if you have something to worry about, especially the petty introduction to the portfolio you're building,
Hmm.
you gotta give it time. Like,
For sure.
your thoughts on Diddy giving 10 million to Elon Musk, 44 million Twitter buyout? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't even hear about that. Did he gave Elon Musk 10 million?
Most definitely. A lot of investors back Elon Musk's Twitter buyout. So he ain't just personally get it for him. It was a group of people that helped him out with the buyout of Twitter. And did
Mm, it's a lot of controversy going on with Twitter and him buying it. This whole like the whole freedom of speech thing is going on. So um for Diddy to put 10 million in Twitter, I mean, it's an investment at the end of the day. You know, people gonna be on Twitter all the time anyway. It's
right?
it's a used platform. They even use it in like when political stuff is going on, these politicians be tweeting and all that stuff. So
Man,
it's not a bad investment because it's something that's being used. But on the other hand, you got freedom of speech that's going to come in there. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of ignorant stuff going on. You feel me? So I mean, socially and morally, probably not, but business wise, like, all right, cool, like that makes sense. You know, it's not a bad business move
no.
at all. So
And Kanye tried to buy his own social media platform.
and he obtained like Parler or something like that, or I don't know. I thought he bought
They
it.
had nothing else about it after the fact, you know.
Yeah,
They went in on like I guess the wife of the owner.
yeah, that's Candace Owens. Yeah,
They were trying to go in on her, but they kind of like strayed away from that.
yeah. So it's a lot of stuff going on in pop culture right now. So it's just like,
You better stay focused. Don't get
yeah,
by their noise because you can't build wealth off of them
yeah.
and their problems. You know, wealthy problems.
hmm But yeah, like I said, that's a good business move. It's not like if you would have told me like 10 million in MySpace, you'd be like, okay, bro, now you
Right.
tripping. But like, it's a platform that's being used all the time. So like I said, it's not a bad investment. And you got like a person that's like in pop culture that's like well known. Like nobody knew who really the CEO of Twitter was or the owner. Like some people know, but like not most people. Everybody know who Elon Musk is. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. You know, he Tesla. You know, SpaceX. It's a lot of things. You know, he's in the environment.
I've been a heavy Twitter person. Everybody follow me on Twitter. I've been heavy on Twitter, so he gonna bring more life to it because Twitter been kind of dead for a while. We just
Yeah,
ourselves on.
I don't even. I haven't messed with Twitter for a long time, so like I don't even be on Twitter. But I know that people still use it, so that's what I was saying. Like it's a good investment.
He make people pay for the blue check.
Oh yeah, I seen that, and I was just like he going. I feel like he gonna run into a problem with that, like because like the blue check, it's for like people who are like influential.
Right? Actually got something going on.
Yeah, and then you just have these random people just saving up money to buy a blue check like that. That's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, now that's not even like it's not even like certified anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like that pollutes it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you like a social media person, a blue check is like a stepping stone, an accomplishment. If you really like, monetize who you are on social media and whatnot, like those are like accomplishments. Like to have a blue check on Instagram or a blue check on Twitter, those are like accomplishments for people who really, really use social media. So now it's gonna be polluted because I could just buy one now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what's next? Is it's like, and then how do you know if people are official? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you used to determine like who was who on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this celebrity really the celebrity, or is this just a fake page with a blue check mark?
Yeah, now it's wide open.
Yeah, so it's like it's gonna be like kind of wild because it's like you don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you got this whole like freedom of speech on there. So it's just gonna be people gonna be making fake pages, blind buying blue checks, and then saying whatever on there. So in a sense, that's kind of scary. I don't know how much he's selling them for, unless they getting sold for a higher price. Then that's when you can like
Like you said, $8 a month. It's $8 a month.
You said $8?
Yeah, it's cheap. It's like $8 a month for the blue check symbol.
What is that? 16, what's that? $96? No. Yeah, $96.
So he's trying to monetize Twitter because like he was saying Twitter is losing 4 million a day, just dry losing money. So that was he said he had to bring back ways to just make money on there because they just losing so much money day by day.
Bro, that's literally $100 a year. It's gonna be horrible. Everybody gonna have a damn blue check. So it's just like, what's the
Yeah,
point of it then? I'm paying you. Everybody, most people got $100. Okay, or you find $100. Well, if you on social media, you definitely got $100.
you'll pay for that to be professional on Twitter, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, bro. That I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like way more than that. That deal gonna be $8 a month. Like anybody can do that. You working a regular job, you could have a check mark. You feel me? So I don't know that aspect of Twitter. I don't know, and I think I read that he was selling those, but like not enough people was buying them. Still, even though they cheap, but it's just like I said, it's gonna pollute it.
What should people keep in mind before starting crypto?
What should people keep in mind before starting in crypto? It's
What?
not it's not tangible. Um, it's new, so you gotta be, you gotta be careful with that. Anything that's like new.
Your toes. You better be in and out.
Yeah, facts. Because people they got these pull rug, currencies, these pull rug, cryptocurrencies. So everybody get hyped, and then boom,
With a rug.
they pull a rug from it. And there's been a lot of those type of coins that's been doing that. So I think once Elon Musk bought Twitter, Dogecoin went back up. It went up to like 15 or something like that.
To the moon.
But like, but like that's what I'm saying. Like it's so
All
many
that speculation. Like, why? Is that a real reason to go up?
yeah, like because
Go
he
up
was
in real value? Because like I looked at
somebody
my
said something.
bro, I could have cashed out that money. That money was real value. I'm,
Yeah.
this is crazy. It's just a you know.
Right. So like it's just I don't know, you just have to like I said, you just gotta be careful because it's just like it's new. So like and then on top of that, like it has like its good aspects of it because it's just like what if we fail? What if the banks fail? We had this conversation before, but like what if the banks fail? Like so
Are they
it's
failing?
pros and cons with it, but like just I would like invest slow. I wouldn't invest like put a whole bunch of bread in it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So like just invest slow with it because and I would
I said,
definitely just play with like the big ones like
oh,
Bitcoin and Ethereum and the Doge and all the what's that She New Eat whatever that Inu She whatever that is. I don't even know.
cheap,
But yeah, just I will focus on the big ones because those are the ones that's more volatile.
right?
I mean the little ones I guess, but like you'll really have to like it's really like the new stock game if you ask me when it comes to crypto because I don't know too many day trader crypto traders. You know what I'm saying? I
Let's,
know people who just invest in and just hold it. So
yeah, I hold my crypto. I'm just a whole type of guy. I'm not trying to like uh, get some money off the market noise. You know,
yeah,
get some money through time, through ever.
right.
If you don't hold Bitcoin, it started. You being able to ride the curve. You know?
Yeah,
So just
and I
stay
just feel like it's a good what you call it like I do transactions with it. So
most definitely. It's a better way to doing business with your finances and keep
yeah,
track of transactions. Like I like the way it works. So that
yeah, and
technology,
I don't like.
we'll be able
Go
to
ahead.
we'll be able to have our own ATM with our own our own phone basically because of blockchain technology. We'll be
Right.
able to afford every transaction ever do. So,
Right. And I like how fast it is. You ain't gotta wait 3 business days to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Usually with a bank, you gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you getting like a wire or something, you gotta wait 3 to 5 days to get, transaction.
but why though? What's wait? What's where the money at? While waiting.
It's a lot of regulations that go on with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the bank gotta make sure that the money is actually there, type thing. You know what I'm saying? So when crypto, you just like it's like a text message basically. It's there. You know what I'm saying? But the banks are regulated, so they got to make sure that all right, they know where the money coming from. They got to make sure all right, if it's over this amount of money, they got to report it because they don't want to get in trouble for not reporting it or whatever.
Right.
So that's why it takes so much. That's why it takes so long. You know what I'm saying? They have to go through all these chain of commandments before they even give you the money. So
Crypto, it feel like Wild West. It's really Wild West.
hmm I
Education.
mean, that's what it was made for. It was made to like get rid of banks, and like I think I said this before too, and just have everybody in the world have some type of bank account. You got people who come over here to this country, and they got people that they got to send money to back home, and Western Union taking the bread out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to send $100 back home, and their family only getting $65 at the end. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about how all right they finna go transfer the money from you transfer the money from here, and then they got to go get the money, which is another transaction fee. So like
Right.
by the time you send that $100, it's down almost 40%. You know what I'm saying? By the time you get to that, $100. So I think crypto is something that
It's
that's
crazy,
just a transaction fast.
crazy to
So
have around it because it is breaking barriers.
yeah,
You can't knock the technology. You can't knock what it's solving.
it just needs more time. Like it needs more skin in the game as itself. Like there's no tangibles with it. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's like that's what you got to keep in mind. Like ain't nobody really out here spending Bitcoin. Like it's coming, but it's like it's slow, bro. Like at the end of the day, people are still spending dollars. You know what I'm saying? Paper money. You know what I'm saying? The one with George Washington on it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the people believe in, and you just gotta stick with what the people believe in. Once the people believe in crypto, then that's when it's gonna happen. Once I can buy things with Bitcoin, I can really just go into a corner store, okay, and actually say, hey, I got this Bitcoin. Boom, okay, you can get you a pop, chips, something like that, and it has to just be tangible, bro. And that's what you got to come in with if you're trying to like start investing into it. It's not tangible yet. You know what I'm saying? People are starting to open up the avenues to like, oh, okay, I think you can buy a car with Bitcoin now, like but you have to go through a certain website or a certain car dealership to actually do it. But like once it become a universal thing, then that's when you be like, all right, cool, now I can really start investing into it, just like how you invest into the dollar now. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I can physically pull out my pocket and exchange it for something else. And once I'm able to do that, then that's why I would put money behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
that's
feel
something that's really working.
sound like you
So
ain't sold yet. They ain't
what you
sold you.
say?
It sound like they haven't sold you yet.
I mean, it's like I told you, like it's a good like transitional thing because I use it. Like I use crypto to transition from my account online to go to my bank, but it's not like that's the only thing I'm using it for. It's the middleman for me at this point. It's not really like something that I'm using like on a daily basis. Like I still got to pull them George Washingtons out of my pocket to give to
Right.
somebody to exchange for whatever I'm trying to get. I
Right.
can't just pull out my crypto wallet and say, "Hey, look, I got Coinbase. Look." They gonna look at me like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe in it, but it has to become tangible. And I can't only just believe in it. Everybody in the world got to believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And once that happens, once I can go get a gallon of gas for it, then that's when I'm gonna really be like, all right, cool, it's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a way. Once they could put, accept cash, accept credit, accept Bitcoin, then it's time to play. But right now, I'm just using it as a middleman because I like how fast it is, and that's just like really what it is. That's where I'm at with crypto. Like, I don't trade it. I don't look at charts on it. It's just my middleman at this point. And that's how I feel about that. What about it?
I'm researching a lot of education around crypto, though.
Yeah. Like, if you got in it like 2008, boom, you should be a millionaire at this point. But if you got in it 2020, anyway around these 20s, 19s, 18, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Just
you lost money.
Yeah, I mean, you lost money, or you're not making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not coming back like how if I invested into like a Google or some shit. Like, I'd rather have put my money in Google than in crypto. Especially if I want to hold it. Like, if I want to hold something for a long time, I would invest in something that's been around for a minute. Something I could pull up on my computer. You know what I'm saying? And search it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, for me, it's all about like tangibles and what I can do with it and what does the outside world do with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets online, and when they want to research something, it's Google. You know what I'm saying? Google Chrome. Like, think about that. Think about how many people got that on their phone. You know, something that's being utilized or something that's being used. So, like, just crypto is just not being used as much as the population needs to use it. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
That's what my stand is on that.
Web3. Once they recreating the using crypto, so
Right.
it's coming through technology for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, I think like you got to get rid of like, so it's what we got 2 generations behind us. It's maybe 3 that's still alive. Once that meat gets cut off, once they all die off, basically, and then I think future generations, more technology. Like, I can't even keep up with social medias now. Like, they keep coming out with new social medias all the time. So it's just like, at that point, it's gonna get to a point where, all right, cool, everybody's gonna transition. But like I said, once we get them tangibles, that's when people will believe. Otherwise, it is what it is at this moment. It's just numbers on the computer, bro.
What you think, Robert? What should people for starting investing in crypto? What they should keep in mind?
I think you should keep in mind, like he said, that it's something that's new. So if you gonna go in and buy some, just keep your expectations to where you know realistic, to where it can go down tremendously, or it can go up. You really just never know. It's kind of taboo right now. It's growing, but it's not quite at a stable point. I feel like yet, because it's the world is still adapting to it.
Mm-hmm.
So when like he said, when he was talking about the tangibles, the George Washingtons and the credit stuff, I think that when that does happen and people start actually carrying around crypto wallets and they're able to go buy toilet paper with Bitcoin, then I think that's when it's going to take off. So right now, I think it's like they call it like early adoption stage or early adopters, and usually they benefit more down the road. It's just how far down the road are you willing to wait? It might be
Right.
another 10, 20 years before it comes into tangible form, but when it does, you'll be able to benefit the most.
Most definitely. I love that. I'm loving just NFT. I'm loving the real estate. I'm loving just the you can be able to just build on top of it.
Yeah.
Loving using smart contracts. So it's there, but it's still kind of early. It's very
It's just
early.
like the whatchamacallit, like the metaverse. Okay. That's something that's like, starting to boil. Like, you can buy property in the metaverse. And companies are starting to buy, like video game companies are starting to buy properties in the metaverse. So like these are these early adopters that Mr. Green was just talking about. Like you got these people like investing in these electronical areas because either they know something that we don't know or they just taking a chance. You know what I'm saying? So but I think they know something that we don't know. And eventually, because now like just think about it, 10 years ago we didn't have virtual reality games. Now you have that in your house. You can take that home now. You know what I'm saying? Like technology is changing fast. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if everybody get a virtual reality game instead of an Xbox, and now you in the metaverse, and you know you walking around with all these people who have like art galleries and casinos and stuff. That stuff is being built in the metaverse. So it's just like it all depends on like how tech savvy you are. So like if you believe in that type of like tech, then go forward. But like at the same time, there's a risk. People might not believe in that metaverse stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though who came up? Mark Zuckerberg came up with it. You know what I'm saying? But he also came up with Facebook, and nobody believed in that for a second. Now everybody has a damn Facebook. So it's just a transitional thing. So I feel like eventually it's gonna get to the point where like everybody's gonna be in some type of metaverse, buying some type of property in it, because it's not just like some fun thing. Like you have like companies like I think what is it? Whatever company Cheetos are under, I think Frito Lay or something like that. They have like a whole property in the metaverse. The Atari game, the Atari company, they have like massive plots of metaverse land. So I think if anything, I would invest into like that, like buy a whole bunch of land and then have a company buy it off of me. You know what I'm saying? That's like real estate. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same game, just computer. So oh no, we just like I said, it's just have to be tangibles when it comes to like people. I think people believe in something when I have it in my hand. You get what I'm saying? Then numbers on the screen. Like even though you have credit and that's a number on the screen, you have a credit card. You know what I'm saying? There's still a tangible in your hand that you can go to the store and use. So it's all about tangibles, bro.
I feel
One
you.
thing I did find interesting about the crypto world was, is my mic too loud, guys?
No, you good?
Good.
Okay. One thing I found cool was that Wendy's had something going on in the metaverse,
See?
and some kind of way their sales went up. I guess I don't know if they could like transfer their I don't know the monetary systems behind that. Like if they're like buying it with Bitcoin, or if they're like transferring it to money and giving it to Wendy's, or if Wendy's, as I said, is taking Bitcoin in there and going back and transferring it into real money.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was interesting that people actually order and like have a good time on the metaverse and then go and pick up their food, you know what I'm saying, already paid for through whatever in the metaverse.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I mean, like stuff like that. So, and just think about it, like our kids, we're definitely gonna be on that technology wave. The fact that I can
Mm-hmm.
go in the metaverse and go order me some Wendy's and then go to Wendy's and actually have something that's really tangible. You know, I got the whole burger and everything in my hand, and I just went inside of a computer and typed it in, you know what I'm saying, and came out with
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So if it's coming out like that, then yeah, like you know, it's that's believable. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have people really doing that.
But we need to see more and more companies doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's here and there right now, and it's crypto's been out for a while. Metaverse is still, you know, when we think about the longevity of it, it's still pretty new. Like the
Mm-hmm.
internet, the first 3 4 years, even the first 10 years of the internet, it was still young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Like in comparison to the longevity of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just gonna have to wait a while to actually see what it do.
Yeah. Literally, because you got to remember, people didn't know what the you know how you have an email and it says at yahoo.com or at, people didn't even know what that symbol meant at first in the year 2000. That's when like the internet really started like the buzz, and we only had what Messenger and things of that nature. Now look what you can do on here. We talking to each other on the phone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's right. Like you got to give it some time. And I think that's what I would do. I would just let it give it some time, let it have some skin in the game, you know what I'm saying, and see what it does with the people first.
Yeah.
And if it's just not some hoax, because you know how Dogecoin went up and fell down. Okay, because
Yep.
why? Because one person said something. Elon Musk. All he said was that shit was garbage. Boom, fell. Okay, he buys Twitter. Boom, back up. You know what I'm saying? So it's things of that nature. Like that's risky. Like all he got to say is Dogecoin is garbage. Down. You know what I'm saying? That's scary in itself. So that's why I said I wouldn't touch it yet.
The only ones that I pick up here and there is like Bitcoin, because it's the top dog.
Yeah.
And if we talking about longevity and it's the top dog now, in my opinion, it's gonna be the top dog later on, because people are trying to like copy the systems that they have in place and try to make the systems better. But I mean, it's not much that's better right now as far as the people go than Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then I also like Ethereum, because you hear about all these new projects and all these things that are happening on the Ethereum system. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's big dog status, because you might have this coin, that coin, that coin, that coin, but they all coming back to that Ethereum platform or that Ethereum system.
Mm-hmm.
So those are only two I'm messing with. Those are like the two big dogs for me.
And I feel like every time you say crypto, people refer to Bitcoin. They don't refer. It's a whole bunch of coins. But when you say crypto, it's Bitcoin. So like that's like the dollar, bro. Like if anything, that's the one that's gonna be like the tangible.
I
And
feel
that's gonna
both.
be
What
the big dog.
I'm in the space, building a business in the crypto space. So just having a crypto store where people can just come utilize whatever crypto they got in their wallets, and just creating a like experience where people can just come buy products with cryptocurrency. You know.
Yeah. I think another good investment is like if you're gonna get into crypto, I think mining it. So like actually creating it, actually being the Federal Reserve of crypto. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a better investment to get into than actually just putting your money up and watching the chart and see if it's gonna go up or go down. Actually making it. So that's what I would do. That's actually like one of the things I want to do is just actually make it. You know what I'm saying? Become the Federal Reserve. You're printing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a game. I like that part of it.
When should one investing?
Huh?
When should one start investing?
Whenever they start thinking about it.
Yeah, the earlier the better. Like if you could start investing as like a kid, I would. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was getting those church checks for $70 for playing the drums, $100 for playing the drums, I should have been putting that in saving it and possibly investing it, or at least putting it in a high yield savings account.
Right.
You know, so it can build on top instead of going out and buying video games and shoes and just spending it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think those habits should be established in somebody early. You know, we didn't get that because, well, I know I didn't. My parents don't invest nothing.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that like when my kids come up, they have that knowledge of saving, investing. You know, the 50-30-20 rule and all those things going on, to where when they get my age, they don't have to deal with bad credit. They don't have to deal with not having money. They don't have to deal with bad jobs, because you'll have enough to sustain yourself and go find a job that you actually like. You know, so I think it should start as early as possible. Like, and even if it starts with like the parents establishing some kind of a custodial account for their kids, you know, I feel like that's where it should start. As you know, when the kids are still under the tutelage or the supervision of their parents. That way, when they go out into the real world, they'll have those habits.
Most definitely. Man, the fundamentals, man, we got to teach it in elementary. Like, if they learn the fundamental in elementary school, they'll have the fundamentals for the rest of their life.
Right. Like I'm starting to teach my daughter with dum dums. You know what I'm saying? She earned lollipop because she was potty training and stuff. So now she's going to the potty she's not using it in her pants or nothing, but she's getting a dum dum every time. And one time she got her lollipops and gave them out to everybody, and she didn't save any, and she didn't have any for later. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when we had that talk, like, okay, you got to save your stuff. I understand you want to be nice, you know, and that's a good character trait to have, to be nice and kind. But if you want to sucker for later, you gotta save. You know what I'm saying? And from there, she don't give them to everybody, but sometimes she give them out. You know what I'm saying? But she always makes sure she got 1 or 2 for herself for later. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that, just to make sure they got saving down, can help them, you know, in the long run. And to me, that's a part of investing. You know, saving.
You teaching her.
So yeah, I agree. I ain't even gonna elaborate on that. I agree. Early as possible. Yeah, the early the better. Sure. Like, and you'll be way farther than your parents, and that's what it's all about anyway. To surpass, you know, your parents. Your parents want that for you anyway. So.
She even checked me sometime. Like one time we was going out to the ice cream truck and I was moving too fast and I dropped all my coins. And I got all the coins except for the pennies, right? So she come up, she start grabbing. Every time she come outside, she grabs some more pennies, Daddy, I got money. You know what I'm saying? So I think it should start early.
Yeah, way early.
How long does it take to accumulate wealth through investment? How long do you think will it take for you guys to accumulate the wealth?
Well, I think it depends on your goals.
Yeah.
Like for mine, I want to be like 2 to 5 million. So it's gonna take me. It depending if I start like, you know, my own little side business and it's scale up and all that stuff. But if I'm just working like my 9 to 5, it's gonna take me 20, 30 years, you know, depending on how I'm investing. And that's thinking, okay, we starting with like 10 to 13%, and we increasing like 2 to 3% each year. You know what I'm saying? As your salary increase, so should your savings increase. You know, when you're talking about percentages and stuff. So I think if you just working a regular 9 to 5, like 1.5 mil in 20, 30 years, that's like the average. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll take that long. But if you got a business and it's results based and you're able to scale it, I mean, it could take 10 years or less to retire with the money that you have. You know what I'm saying? As long as you going out there and you're trying to better your business, like you don't just have it and just let it be. No, you got to go and be proactive about it. How do I advertise? How do I find people? How do I do how do I get leads, and how do I follow up leads and things like that? Not just kind of like, yeah, I got a business and, you know, messaging a couple people and they give you $5, $10 here.
Yeah. And I think it's just like you said, it's just based off like what do you think wealth, how much you think wealth is. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you put a number on it, then okay, you can scale it. Like, all right, it might take me 5 years, it may take me 10 years, it may take me 20 years. It just depends on like what your goal is, and because it's like this is wealth is a personal perspective. It's not like a set thing. Like people who think, I don't know, people might think, I don't know, $1 million is wealth to them because they probably never had it before. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it all depends on like, what do you think wealth is? It's just like, it's a personal thing. And I think sometimes comfortability can be wealth to people. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have all the money in the world. Like, you could just be comfortable, and that can be wealth. And that can range from any, you know, any time. It could range from 1 to 5 years, 10 years. It don't really matter. It's just wherever you feel like you're comfortable at. And it's like, you're not working to make ends meet. I think that's more wealth, when you're not working to make ends meet.
Right. Because we can get 500K, go to Turkey, and we be good till we die, really.
Exactly. You go to Thailand you can go to Thailand and live forever out there. Like, you know,
with 500K, but we over here trying to get 1-2 mil.
Yeah,
3 mil.
So yeah, I think it's just a personal perspective.
Yeah, you know, let go.
You said what?
too. You know what I mean? Accumulate wealth with what you have. So like most people, they try to accumulate wealth with what they do not have, and then put them in a depression. You go the opposite way if you attach yourself to that. So utilize what you do have, and that's your time. It's your network. So your numbers, break the process down, just make it more logical. How should investors behave when the stock market becomes a roller coaster? Should they just hop on like it's Six Flags? Every ride?
That's a lot of no, you should just wait. You should sit on your hands. If it's like a roller coaster, that means just a lot of choppy movement in there. Okay. And that means the market could be going sideways. And say if you like trying to buy it and the market is real choppy, it could just fall, you know what I'm saying, and go hard against you. So you just wait till you really look for trends in the market, not too much of choppiness. Because at that point, when you get choppiness and sideways movement, it means they are not sure where they want to go yet. And that's why it's keep going up and down. And if they're indecisive, you don't need to be indecisive. You just need to sit on your hands at that point and wait for them to decide what direction they're going.
Right. Don't be the stock market form of entertainment now.
Yeah. Because that's what they're doing. They're taking your money. So like when they start doing choppiness, like you just want to sit on your hands a lot.
Not a
The
problem.
market's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Getting more cash, month to month, and coming up with a better plan, to put that cash to better use,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just like save more, and then when it stop being all choppy like that, because in Forest we call it chop. When it does that, it's called chop. When it stop doing all that, you can invest, and you'll know when it stop doing that. You can just look at a chart and see. But you don't want to get in there when they're choppy because they're indecisive. They don't know. They arguing with each other what price they wanted it to be at. So
right.
Just stay out of the chop.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you one thing though. I jumped into that Facebook chop. It went down 40% this past week after earnings. Oh yeah, I got in there. All the financials look good. Like what you was talking about, the trends. Like if I can look at a stock and I see the past 10 years, the past 5 years, they've had good EPS, but the price somehow randomly drops like that, I'm buying that stock. They return on invested capital is pretty good. Their PE is great for a company of that stature. I saw it as a buy opportunity for me. I think people see that they not growing 20% and they're like, oh my goodness. But realize that Facebook covers 2 to 3 billion people on this planet, and they still growing like 3, 4, 5%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, they still growing. They just not growing to where the growth investors like. So they got their money out, but I like it still. I'll take that 3% growth if you reaching half the planet, 2, 3 billion people. That's a lot of people. That means that's a lot of potential money.
Yeah, it's a fact. And they on Instagram, so it's like even more people.
Most definitely.
Instagram, WhatsApp, they own a lot of stuff. Yeah. They getting into the metaverse. I wouldn't be surprised if they start making movies.
See, that's another thing.
Facebook recording studio.
Go back to that metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can go back to the metaverse and look, they'll build a movie theater in there, and you don't even gotta go to the movies. You go in the metaverse, go see a movie.
Right.
See that. So, yeah.
And it could be 3D and everything. I watched a 3D movie on there the other day.
Yeah, see?
They're the middleman for everything online right now. Facebook. You can find a lot of stuff, a lot of communities, a lot of information. Like, and most of the new technology being developed is based off Facebook.
Yeah.
But investors, they should behave calmly with some peace. Just embrace it,
Right.
Embrace the moments when everybody is screaming in the market because like the ones that are quiet, that's the ones who know when to utilize their voice. They know how to become more louder when everything is at a standstill.
Mm, yeah.
So I just have fun. I just look at it as entertainment. Like, nah, people watch TV for entertainment. I just watch them. Their entertainment. You know,
Right. Yeah. Because you know what's going on.
yeah. And you also can just see the mindset behind most people. Like, so like you are in has said. So like you're not as loud at all.
Mm-mm.
See the difference. Most traders don't. They are very, very ignorant, just poverty mindset. So it's just last question. We're just gonna wrap up everything. Is it better to save or invest right now? It's the
Um.
year. If you can't get your money back at the beginning of the year, don't lose all your money at the end of the year.
Yeah. I think it's like a 50-50 split. Like you should save your money, of course, because like you shouldn't put your money all in. You shouldn't put your money all in one basket, but investing too, and just be careful what you're investing. Like if it's not there, save your money. You know what I'm saying? Like if the investment is not coming, it's not if it's not up to par, just save your money because one day it might be. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of a both thing. Like if you invest right now, you want to be careful because like let's say like they saying, oh, we in a huge bear market right now. And if you invest right now, it could just keep going bearish, bro. You want to get to a point where all right, it's exhausted, it's bearishness, and it's trying to go bullish. And that's when that whole save money and invest later, you know what I'm saying, comes into play because you want to put your money in when a turn point happens, not as it's falling. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because like
And catch a
that's
falling.
called drawdown. That's a lot of drawdown to take in because you don't know how long it's gonna fall for. So I would say like save and not invest now, but invest later, and just save and seek first too. Like because it's nothing like having money and then putting money into an investment and then losing it. And then at that point, you wish you would have saved it and wait. So I would save and invest and wait. That's all. I will wait. Um, like if you just got some money, you don't know nothing, don't invest nothing. Like and learn. Like because that question sounds like a person who just got some money and just want to invest.
Right. Invest in your education. Just put it back into your mental
Right.
capability. If you invest it and save it and put it, your investing lifestyle, you're gonna get it back.
Yeah. So if you, yeah, and also it all depends on what you're investing into. Like if you invest into like property or things of that nature, okay. Things some things might come quicker with a R or with a better ROI, but um you're better off saving and just learning at this point, especially if you just starting off.
So this is the show today. Trader by design, investor by default. Appreciate you, LP, for
You already know, boy.
any last words.
Uh just get money, save money, learn money. That's
Get
about
money,
it.
to earn money.
That's
The
about it.
worst. Also, you are a coward if you do not invest. You are a coward if you do not invest. Follow Investing for Cowards on Facebook.